Welcome everyone to this episode of The Garage with Dennis. We're here at SEMA in Southern California to talk about what SEMA, the Specialty Equipment Market Association, does to protect our industry. We want to make sure if you have a chance to go by our website, inthegaragewithdennis.com. You can follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, as well as check out our sponsors, Craftsman, Made to Make, and of course, Royal Purple, the performance oil that outperforms. Get ready, the show starts right now.
From our studio in Southern California, the hotbed of car culture, covering all things automotive. Welcome to In the Garage with Dennis. Here's your host, Dennis Pitzenbarger.
Welcome everybody. We are at the SEMA Garage Industry Innovation Center with my friend Mike Spagnola. You are now heading up the SEMA Garage. I got to say first, thanks for letting us come out here and play around.
Thanks for being here.
I appreciate it, man.
Great to see you here.
I think that the audience needs to get an idea of how big and how important SEMA is to everyone out there from all facets of the automotive love and passion that we have. But maybe first, Mike, give us a quick history lesson on where SEMA began and how it all started.
It started 50 years ago now. This is our 50th year, started in 1963. A group of manufacturers got together for a variety of reasons, but they realized that they needed an association to get through legislative things and all sorts of areas where they thought they needed some help.
It's amazing to think that it started in the LA Coliseum, underneath kind of in a back alley, so to speak, and it's amazing that it's grown so much over the years.
Yeah, first show was just a little small show, and it's grown to several thousand people now today.
How does the SEMA Action Network differ from the organization SEMA itself?
So SEMA itself is a group of manufacturers and distributors. So we make the parts, we make all this cool stuff, and then it gets distributed out to the consumer. The SEMA Action Network is really the consumer end, and so consumers can be involved in that. And SEMA Action Network really monitors what's going on legislatively, what's going on with new laws that could be coming up, and we get involved. So there's a newsletter, there's all those sorts of things where we can say, hey, this is a new law that may be coming up, or this is being considered for action, and we need to decide whether or not we like that or we don't. It's really protecting our hobby.
One of the things I like about the SEMA Action Network too is it gives you the avenues or the connectivity to your senators or your state representatives, gives you the information to be able to reach out to them and not only just say, I'm a SEMA Action Network member, but also to voice your opinion and be part of what either can be a solution or a resolution to something that we want to see be done in the automotive industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's times when they're looking to close deserts, or they're looking to change laws on exhaust or tires or all those sorts of things, and we want to have a voice in that.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's very important, especially with the Innovation Center here that we're at. So much going on here because people just automatically, and this is why we're here, is to help, cure this, this faux pas about what people think about SEMA is, it's not just a bunch of crazy hot rodders who are trying to, plume black smoke into the world. We're here to make things more efficient, run better mileage. Maybe talk about what also goes on behind the scenes here, because everything from that 3D printer, there's a long list of things that go on here at the Innovation Center.
Yeah, the Innovation Center is a new venture for us, obviously, and it's very cool. It's doing a couple things. It's showing our manufacturers the new ways to build product, but it's also, for instance, this 3D printer. A lot of manufacturers can't afford their own printer. We have one here. It's shared by all of our manufacturers. We can do a lot of R&D for them, testing. We have this ferro arm. We can do scanning. We can develop products that way. We have a full emissions lab, so we can do EO certification here. So we're building incredible products, lots of horsepower, lots of cool ideas, doing them in a very technological way.
Talk about that emissions test center. We were in the other part of the garage, and you were doing a test on a commercial vehicle.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that we need to make sure I mention too is commercial vehicles are abundant everywhere. You realize you get a package, whether it's in the mail or a guy drops it off at your front step. These little emission tests make it so you can not only have a manufacturer make a better product, but then again reduce emissions and reduce consumption of fuel.
Yeah, so SEMA members are not only building high performance parts, but they're sometimes looking at things of, how can I get better gas mileage in a delivery truck? And so we happen to have a vehicle here right now that we're doing some tests on that you can imagine for a big wide fleet of trucks, if we can pick up 1 mile per gallon and not worry about emissions or those sorts of things, make sure it still passes all those areas, then obviously that's a great deal. And that manufacturer can obviously sell thousands of them.
One of the things I also want to talk about is the fun stuff. One of the cars that was in the garage, it just got a supercharger certified. We do have to talk about some of the fun stuff and some of the history. Next to us is one of the original founding members of SEMA, one of, I think, 3 that are still with us, Ed Iskandarian. The history behind some of these parts and the high performance part of it, it is true to our hearts that we still love to go fast.
Absolutely. I mean, and there's no reason we still can't go fast today. We are building products today that not only pass emissions, but are still adding 200-300 horsepower to vehicles. And it's very cool. I mean, that we can again, some people think that products we're building are putting pollution out. We can do it responsibly, and we can still have fun and go fast.
What does SEMA mean to you personally?
You know, I from 5, 6 years old, building model cars up to building bicycles and motorcycles and then cars, I've been in this industry now over 40 years. And so to be part of it and to be part of SEMA has just been an amazing ride for me. I was able to be part of the SEMA board of directors for a while, and I came from the manufacturing side of the business. This new venture here is new for me. I've been with SEMA now for 6 months. So I come from that manufacturing side. And to be part of a trade association that helps me with everything from knowing whether or not my parts are going to work and whether they're going to fit right, to networking with other distributors across the U.S., to just all the cool things, meeting race car drivers, all those sorts of things. It's just meant a lot to me. And, I still pinch myself. I'm still excited to get up every day and come to work. And, while I was on the business aspect of things, I still love to get my hands dirty and to meet other SEMA members, to network with those guys, to be invited to Ford Motor Company to go through their manufacturing plant, to meet with heads of Ford and General Motors and, meet Edsel Ford and, do all those sorts of things. It's just, for a kid like me that has always loved cars, that sort of passion, and to meet others, like yourself and others that just have that same passion, it's just a family. It really is a family. And, we all share some common thread there. We all have gasoline running through our veins, I think. And so SEMA is a place that we all get together and do that. To come to the SEMA shows like, old home week for me. And I just love it. I get pumped up for every year and can't wait to be there in November.
One of the things that amazes me about this industry is if I want to buy a brand new truck, the 2014 Silverado just got on the market, and there's already 1,000 different aftermarket parts available for this truck that just got on the showroom floor a month ago. How does that happen? How does SEMA make that available to everyone out there?
So it happens 2 ways. We first off, we work with this tech transfer, which is a lot of the OEs, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, actually give us CAD of the vehicles that are coming out. So we can get that information in advance. We do it through tech transfer. So here at SEMA, we get that data. It goes then to our members, and they can get CAD for it. And then from the CAD, they can develop new products. But the other thing that happens, and the really cool part, is here in the garage. For example, we got that 2014 Chevy Silverado 2 months before it ever hit the floor. And so those vehicles came in here, those trucks came in here. We invited SEMA members to come in. We measure off of them. We have this ferro arm that does scanning.
And that's an amazing piece of electronics too. I mean, if you try to look at, explain how that works.
So it is a scanning machine, and we'll show you it in a bit, but we can scan virtually anything on a vehicle. It's good within 1/1000th of an inch. We can then take that into CAD. From the CAD, we can create a part from there. We can print it out on our 3D printer. We can take it over to our emissions lab, test it in our emissions lab, all before you've actually built the first part. And so members can come in, we take vehicles apart, we've pulled the suspension out of those vehicles, we can do all sorts of amazing things and way in advance so that when that vehicle comes out, accessories are ready to go.
That's why I got running boards for my Silverado before I even got my Silverado.
Yeah, it's so cool. And it's for us, it's cool to see those vehicles way in advance. So, we're already working on looking to see that new 2015 Mustang here pretty quick and developing products for it.
Well, you have to sneak me in for a sneak peek.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be cool.
We got to thank you for letting us come by the Innovation Center here. It's amazing. If you're not a part of SEMA already, make sure you can be a part of SEMA, whether or not you're part of the industry world like Mike and I, but you can also join the SEMA Action Network and be part of whatever they do. Go to SEMA.org, and of course you can check out what we're doing. And I think Mike and I need to go play with some tools now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get our hands dirty.
Well, we're having fun here at SEMA and making sure that you're a part of the SEMA Action Network. Why? Protecting your industry love of the automobile. And why you can do that also with Royal Purple. Royal Purple's HPS is recommended for vehicles no longer under warranty and for those seeking a higher level of performance and protection. It's fortified with a high level of ZDDP anti-wear additives and Royal Purple's proprietary additive technology Centerlick. Independent tests have shown that HPS outperforms leading synthetic and conventional oils for gasoline and diesel engines. Unfortunately, all good things do come to an end, and this episode has come to that point. We want to make sure and thank Mike and the entire staff here at SEMA. If you get a chance, make sure and check out our website, inthegaragewithdennis.com. You can check out our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, and stay in touch with what our sponsors are doing. Craftsman Tools has been responsible for building hot rods for decades, probably even including this 37 put together by Ed Iskandarian that ran at El Mirage. If you want to know more about what Craftsman doing, go to craftsman.com and make sure and be part of the Craftsman Club. You can join and even be my friend on the Craftsman Club. Make sure and check it out, craftsman.com. Craftsman, made to make. But now it's time, Mike, for us to go take a spin.